In a move that has sparked controversy and raised serious legal questions, the Trump administration is accused of defying a court order to halt the deportation of Venezuelan nationals. Federal Judge James Boasberg issued a temporary restraining order barring the deportation of these individuals. This order was meant to protect the Venezuelans while their legal options were being considered. Despite this clear legal directive, the Trump administration proceeded with deportations. Reports indicate that at least 137 Venezuelans were sent to a detention center in El Salvador. This facility has been dubbed a terrorism confinement center, raising further concerns about the treatment of those deported. Among those deported were individuals with pending asylum cases, and even a university professor holding a valid U.S. visa. This disregard for the court order has been met with outrage from human rights groups and legal experts, who argue that the administration is operating outside the bounds of the law. The Trump administration has denied any wrongdoing, claiming that the deportations were already in motion before the court order was issued. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt stated that the administration was not in defiance of the court because the order came after the fact. However, legal experts have disputed this claim, pointing out that the timing of the order does not negate the administration's obligation to comply. Further complicating the matter, Department of Justice officials have argued that the court order was not legally binding because it was issued orally. This argument has been met with skepticism from many legal scholars, who see it as a flimsy attempt to justify a blatant disregard for judicial authority. The Justice Department's stance raises serious concerns about the administration's commitment to the rule of law. Critics argue that even if the order was issued orally, the administration was obligated to seek clarification from the court before proceeding with the deportations. They contend that the administration's actions demonstrate a pattern of disregard for the judiciary and a willingness to operate outside established legal norms. Adding to the controversy is the administration's use of the Alien Enemies Act to justify the deportations. This archaic law, dating back to the 18th century, allows for the detention and deportation of male citizens of enemy nations during times of war or invasion. The Trump administration has invoked this law to target the Venezuelan nationals, labeling them as potential threats to national security. However, critics argue that the use of the Alien Enemies Act in this case is a gross misapplication of the law. They point out that the United States is not currently at war with Venezuela, nor has there been any invasion that would warrant the invocation of this law. The administration has provided no concrete evidence to support their claims that the deported individuals pose a threat to national security. Legal experts have raised concerns about the potential for abuse if the Alien Enemies Act is allowed to be used in this manner. They argue that the law is overly broad and could be used to target any group deemed undesirable by the administration, regardless of their actual threat to national security. The Trump administration's actions have drawn condemnation from both sides of the political aisle. Democrats have accused the administration of authoritarian overreach and a blatant disregard for the Constitution. Some Republicans have also expressed unease with the administration's handling of the situation, fearing that it could set a dangerous precedent for executive power. The potential consequences of the administration's actions are far-reaching. If the courts find that the administration willfully defied a court order, it could lead to contempt charges and further erode public trust in the government. The use of the Alien Enemies Act is also likely to face numerous legal challenges, which could ultimately strike down the law or severely limit its scope in the future. This latest controversy surrounding the Trump administration underscores the ongoing tension between the executive and judicial branches of government. It remains to be seen how this legal battle will play out, but one thing is certain: the outcome will have significant implications for the future of immigration law and the balance of power in the United States.